Hi guys, I hope you're having a good day. I think it's a Wednesday. I don't really even know, but I wanted to share with you my understanding of how our universe works, or our understanding of energy works. I'm struggling to find the words because it's not a human concept to understand. Like, it's literally one of those things I just have to explain to you. So I have been having a discussion the last week, maybe. Okay, when I made my first video about myself going through it, I think it was like my second video going through everything that happened with the church, I told you that I had a sit down with God. And after that video, I kept talking to them. I kept talking to them for like a week. I think it was, I hear 5 days. It was probably 5 days that I was talking to them before I understood. So this is such a wild concept for me to understand, because it's in those 5 days my vision has broadened, my clarity has come through in a different way. So as I'm sitting here with them, I have to understand I'm such a logical person, even when it comes to spirituality and the beyond and working with gods, and I still have to have logic. You cannot come to me and tell me this is how it is if I don't have understanding. I do not have blind faith. I cannot trust you blindly, because this is the human in me. I've had too many things happen in the dark from people that I trusted, that I cannot even trust what I'm hearing from you. And understanding that concept alone was very hard for me, because I was resisting listening to God. I was resisting listening to God. So I'm sitting here with them and I ask, can you please explain to me? I need to understand what you are. I need to see what you are. And when I say see, I'm not talking physical. I'm talking about energetically. I need to see what you feel like. That's just how it is. I don't know how to explain that to people. That's just how I am. So what I'm seeing, literally what I'm seeing, is the balance, is literally balance. So what I'm seeing, I keep saying that, I'm so sorry, because it's just like mind-boggling to me, okay? I'm seeing the balance between masculine and feminine energy, because you have to think about it. As humans, as creators of ourselves, as life, we create human beings. We cannot create humans without male and female energy. Like, yeah, scientifically we can create children without people, but you have to have people still to be able to create them, okay? So to be able to create life, we need masculine and feminine genetic code. For me to understand that God is feminine and masculine energy equally divine, perfectly together. Like, it's literally, it's like watching a spiral just going up of two different colors, just perfectly dancing together. Like, that's it. That's what I'm seeing. I'm literally seeing colors and energy dancing together in perfect harmony. Nothing goes this way without going this way. Does that make sense? Like, it's so perfect with this energy flow. And so when I'm sitting here with God, I'm asking, why? Okay, if you are the being, and I have to put it this way because this is the one way my brain understands it, a celestial. God is this all being, all celestial. How is it that Jesus was made? Because I don't understand that either. I don't understand it. Why is it that we follow a human being when we shouldn't be following a human being, because you literally said that I am the God. You don't follow anybody else. But for some reason, like, we're allowed to have all these other gods, and I'm allowed to have all these other gods and have you with me. How does that work? So I'm sitting here and I had this discussion with my daughter this morning. My daughter is 9, okay? This is the wild part. My daughter is 9, and she asks me questions sometimes, and I'm just like, who's talking to you? Because it's crazy, okay? So she tells me that she's worried about negative energy. She's scared of the dark, okay? She's a child, she's scared of the dark, and she's scared that something scary is in the dark. So I have to reassure her that Mom is doing everything to make our space clear. Regardless of what's downstairs, regardless of what's upstairs, regardless of what's happening outside, our space is secure, and I have not ever let my guard down in my house. Like, we are so protected. Even though I'm open and my 2 other children are still open, I'm telling you, they bring in frequency, like, they bring in energy like it's nobody's fucking business. Like, they are a magnet right now. So I have done everything I can in my physical power and as a witch and as a psychic to fucking push energy out. And the only thing that comes in and out of my house is positive energy. I will be damned if anything comes out. If something comes into my house and it is not welcome, not only do I attack, but so do my spirit guides. Specifically Baphomet. Like, he is my literal guardian. He is so strong for me. He will stand guard wherever I need him to. And I get a hint that something's around me because of him. It's not that, oh, I just walk in and, oh, surprise. No, it's, he tells me, hey, something's up there. And I'm like, oh, really? Let's go fucking get rid of it. So that's how I protect my children. But I had to explain to her, totally getting off topic, I had to explain to her that even though you're scared of the dark, there is nothing there because Mom has done so much to protect you, but I cannot protect you in your head. That is the hardest thing for me to not be able to do. I can physically defend you and protect you and make sure that you are strong all the way, but you still have to walk through that door by yourself. You still have to be that person by yourself. And I let her know, you can either close yourself off to this energy and decide you're not strong enough or you're scared, and that's okay, and it can come back to you later, or you can decide I'm going to head on, face it, and you know what, my mom's always here to protect me, but I will stand guard in here. Anyways, so she's telling me she's scared of the dark, and she always tells me she has Baphomet with her. Like, I have very much, I don't want to say pressed, but I have pressed that he will defend you. He will defend you. When it comes to anything, he is the dominance in masculine energy. Like, I'm telling you, if you decide you want to jump off that cliff, he's going to jump off with you. So I've made it very fucking clear to my daughter that he will defend her because I have asked him to. No doubt about it. He will always be there. So if she gets scared, she calls on him. She literally calls on him because all she understands is this big being, this being that's bigger than me and that is bigger than my mom will defend me. So she tells me he's the one that I call at night when I'm scared. And he always protects me, and then he makes all the bad energy go away, and then I can go to sleep. Which was like, okay, that's freaking awesome. Anyways, we get on the topic of, because she's always known that Mom doesn't follow God. Mom doesn't, I always felt like I was betrayed, and I didn't want to go that way. So I had to find my way all the way around. I'm realizing that now. Like, I had to go the long way because I just wasn't ready for that. And I started explaining to her, I said, it's okay, baby, because she's always known, like, I will always let you, because her father believes in God. I'm not going to stop her. He believes that that's who's protecting her. So he has that energy to protect her. So I believe my daughter is protected by God and by Baphomet and by all of my spirit guides and whoever's with them. That's it, because that's what it comes down to. So I'm explaining to her it's okay, and she goes, I do believe in God. And I looked at her, and I really genuinely was like, what do you think God looks like? And she kind of was curious, and I said, I don't mean like physical, not like you and me, like energy. Does he feel like a man, or do they feel like a man? Because I was explaining, I said, to me, they feel equally man and woman. And she looked at me, she goes, Mom, you know what? I think God is a boy, and then Mother Nature is his mom. And they put Jesus here through the soul. They put Jesus here to teach us. My 9-year-old fucking told me this. I was like, who taught you that? Who the fuck taught you that? So I'm asking my daughter who taught her all of this stuff. Where did she hear this? Because it's such a big concept for me to understand that I don't know how my daughter has put this together, okay? She tells me, oh, when I go see Grandma has a statue of Mother Earth on, I think my mom has like 4 little statues of Mother Earth, or at least that I can remember, but she might not. I don't know. Maybe it's the same one that's been moved around the house. Who fucking knows? But it's beautiful. It's like this big, and she has curly hair, and her belly is the earth. And like, it's just beautiful, okay? And so my daughter tells me that my mom has explained to her who Mother Earth is, or Mother Gaia, or whoever you want to call her. And my daughter told me that when my mom explained to who Mother Gaia was to her, my child automatically assumed that was Jesus's real mom. My daughter told me that's who I think his real mom is, and God is his dad. And I was like, that's wild for me to understand that. And for my 9-year-old just to be like, that's just how it is. Okay. I don't know. I don't have fucking words for it. So I'm just like, okay. This is where I realized that teaching doesn't just come from people who are more experienced. Teaching comes from everywhere. Because I literally looked at her and I told her, I said, you know what, Celia? That's my daughter's name. You taught me something today. You taught me something. And she looked at me and she goes, really? She never realized she was going to teach me something. I didn't know she was going to fucking teach me. And so when I started to realize this concept of like who they were, my next question was, okay, if you are always with us, why are we allowed to have gods and deities, and why are we allowed to have all these things? Like, because you've said it multiple times in different languages and in different terms, but I am the one who should be worshipped. I am all being. I'm a jealous God nobody worships above me, or whatever, like, what does that mean? So I'm sitting here, and to me, I will always call God celestial. Like, it just makes more sense to my brain. So I come to realize a lot of these stories where gods are and deities live freely and amongst people and are beings, they always have a higher creator. They always have something that's sitting above them. And with Greek mythology, it's Kronos and Gaia. Kronos and Gaia. And then I think there's a couple other ones. There's a couple other names. But I've literally sat here and was like, wow. So these creators of these gods are actually the same as the celestial and the gods that everybody believes in, but they're not realizing, or we're not connecting. We're not connecting the origin stories. And even with Greek mythology and Norse mythology, like, they always have a higher creator. And I can't speak for all religions because I wasn't there. I'm not in them. I'm not involved. But from what I'm saying, all our gods had a higher creator. Who's to say that that higher creator wasn't God giving us the free will to follow what we wanted to? And then I also hear, what if some people were given this view to focus more on something else? To focus on the things that hurt? Because I remember every single time I've met one of my gods or one of my deities or one of my great beyonds, like, I remember I was going through something that I didn't understand, and I needed that to physically be held by something or someone else. I needed to bring peace to my being and know that I wasn't by myself. To know that I wasn't by myself. And maybe it's less complicated than we think. Maybe it's not even the gods all have a different face. What if it's just the celestial broke themselves up into different pieces so we could understand them differently? Because I'm hearing there are certain gods that I refuse to work with. There are certain gods that have come to me and been like, look, I'm here. I can bring you something that you're willing, or that you want, if you're willing. I'm not willing. Odin, for one. I don't like how he persecuted his wife for bringing witchcraft to man. I don't like Zeus because he slept around on Hera. And both have come to me. But I've come to realize the reason that they come to me is because I'm supposed to forgive them because of past traumas that happened to me. I've had times where these gods have come to me and they've told me straight up, I would love to work with you. I said no, I don't want to. Don't fucking want to, because I don't appreciate what you stand for. And then I am later on, oh my goodness, not later on, but within a couple of minutes of being like, I don't want to work with you, I make the realization they were given this view so that humans could understand and be humbled and grow humility and realize that being perfect isn't a real thing. We can't be perfect. Not even the gods can be perfect. Not even the gods can be perfect. Not even they're perfect. And that's okay. When we start to realize that the gods aren't even perfect, that they're more human than we are, or they're just as human as we are, that's when you wake up to the thought of, I am the gods. I am gifted things from the gods. Because I have grown to see them more as equals than a greater being. I've come to realize that. I hope you continue to have a good day. I hope that whatever I said meant something or resonates with you. I hope you can see the light a little bit clearer, but I love you and I hope you have a good day.